While running errands one day, a woman noticed a man holding a sign, homeless and in need of assistance. He wasn't seeking money, food, or a job. Despite the unusual nature of his sign, it moved her to offer help. What he actually requested was assistance for his cherished companion. More than 2 decades ago, Wilma Frace had been out grocery shopping when she spotted a group of teens in the parking lot. What she saw them doing would change her life forever. Yes, it set her on a path to selflessly help those in need and unable to help themselves. Frace saw these delinquents kicking a defenseless dog right there in the parking lot. Heartbroken, she picked up the dog and took him home. What's more, she nursed him back to health, and he stayed with her for 10 happy years. It was this incident and the decade-long companionship that followed which inspired Frace to set up Mr. K's Pet Shelter, named in honor of her rescued four-legged friend. Since 1995, she has dedicated her life to rescuing and rehousing abandoned dogs in and around Houston, Texas. Running errands in Huntsville, Texas. One day, Frace was picking up some meds for her rescue dogs when she spotted a man in the Walmart parking lot, homeless and in need of help. He was holding a sign that prompted her to strike up a conversation. Unlike the usual signs that Frace sees in the hands of the homeless, it didn't say, "I need a beer," or "lost my job," or "need help." This man's sign spoke to her in a way that no other had before. It said, "Dog and pound, need help." Frace pulled up her car and started talking with the homeless man, named Patrick. Patrick had recently been released from jail. He had spent 2 days behind bars for the minor offense of trespassing for his dog. However, it was a different story when Patrick was arrested. His dog Franklin was taken to a dog pound. Now Patrick was trying to raise enough money to get his loyal companion back for an impound fee, a shot, and a health check. The pound wanted $120 to release the dog. It may not sound like a lot to some, but $120 is a king's ransom to the unemployed and homeless. Patrick simply didn't have it. It's a lot of money to Frace too, who had only $8. Nevertheless, she was so touched by Patrick's situation that she was determined to help. Frace made a couple of phone calls, naturally cautious before handing over such a large sum of money to a complete stranger. She called the dog pound, which confirmed that the story was true, and then she called a friend to help out with the money. Upon talking to Patrick some more, Frace found out more about him. Age 30, Patrick told her about his circumstances and how he had ended up in his predicament. After a few minutes talking, she told him she would get his dog back, so they headed to the pound. At the pound, Patrick filled in all the paperwork to have his dog Franklin released. Franklin was in good health, remarkable given Patrick's situation. It was clear that despite his circumstances, Patrick took good care of his four-legged friend, carrying his bowl and toys in his backpack. And when man and dog were reunited, it was clear just how much they meant to each other. Frace wrote, "The dog was shaking when he came out of the pound, so happy to see the man." And Franklin wasn't the only one overcome with emotion. With tears in his eyes when the dog came out, Frace noted, she wrote that man loves the dog. On his backpack was the dog's bowl and toys. He's helping the dog against the world. The man was very, very grateful. So grateful, in fact, that Patrick offered Frace something in return. Yes, as a sign of gratitude, Patrick offered Frace all the money that he had already collected to go toward the dog's release. But Frace refused. More important to her than any kind of reward was to see Patrick and his dog eat well that night. Then Patrick dropped a bombshell. Patrick told Frace that he always makes sure his dog is taken care of before himself. And so, although she would return Patrick with Franklin to the parking lot where she had first met him, she was so touched by the pair's bond that she pledged to help him again. In fact, she set up a donations page via her dog shelter website. Anyone wishing to help Patrick and Franklin can pledge money, which Frace will pass on to the pair. She also returned to take Patrick to Dallas to arrange an ID to help get him back on his feet. Frace said, "I wish I had the money to get the man a room for a week and let him and Franklin regroup, but unfortunately I don't. All I can do is give him his dog and pray that life gives the man a break." In a video shared on Price's Facebook page, it's evident that Patrick truly is everything to his small dog. Left in the car with Price, Franklin appears noticeably anxious while waiting for Patrick's return, perhaps fearing he had been abandoned once again, as he was at the dog pound. Price remarks, "Sometimes you just have to dig deeper and do what's right in your heart. We've all faced difficult situations in our lives, so remember, always pay it forward. You never know who that person might be that you help."